Welcome back, eSIM Studios. Look, another day, another case review. We keep these rolling on. We got a ton here for the Google Pixel 8 Pro. This was purchased on AliExpress for just under $4. I believe it was $3.96 to be exact. Now, excuse, I am very congested today, feeling under the weather, got a headache, not feeling good. But so if I sound congested, yes, I am not feeling good. But we push through and continue on with the case reviews. Now, this is a generic case, as I said, got on AliExpress for less than $4. I'll put the link in the description to this case. They have different colors. Let me see. This is actually, let's see. Does got a couple fingerprints on here. Damn it. As you can tell, it does smudge, so it's not fingerprint proof. But let's look at it's just a generic case, right? So the name of this doesn't really have a name. It's just Candy Shockproof Silicone Bumper Phone Case for Pixel Google 8 Pro. So about as generic as you can get. Now they do have different colors. Now, the sky blue would have looked cool with this blue Pixel 8 Pro, but I think this case is the gray model. It's not the clear. As you can tell, it does have a brown or grayish brown tint to it. So this is not the clear one. This is the gray one. And should have gotten this one. Actually, I'll probably order it as soon as this video is done. Just so, because it'll look really cool with this Google Pixel 8 Pro with the blue one. But let's get into it. Again, just under $4. That's the case and shipping included. I think the case alone is $1.84. And then with shipping, it turned out to be $3.96. Basic generic case. But if you're on a budget, you're looking for a clear case that protects your phone, this will do it. As you can tell, decent camera protection. Hang on, let me clean this thing real quick. All right, we're back. Did a quick pause to wipe this thing down. So, as you can tell, it does show fingerprints, right? It does show smudges. So that's a negative. However, it's for a super cheap case. It does seem to protect it adequately enough, I would say. Now, it does have a dot matrix on the inside. Listen. And then a smooth, very smooth and clear finish on the outside. Now, they do the little tiny dot. If you can see let me move this so I can focus. If you can see, you see where the light is reflecting, where this finger is here? Look at all those little tiny dots. They do that on purpose, so when you put the case on your phone, if the dots were not there, it would, when you put the case on, it would show like a water spot here, water spot there. The little tiny dot matrix is to provide, so it looks like it's sitting perfectly on your phone, so it doesn't show any bubbles or any watermarks where your case, one part of the case is touching the back of the phone and the other part is not. So that's why they put the dot matrix on there. Now, do we have an air pocket? Yes. There's an air pocket, a single air pocket in each corner of the case. Yep, one there and one in there. You do have the added, yeah, you can see the air pockets from the outside. You do have the added holes for the little lanyard. You do get silver buttons in there. Not sure how well. One thing you got to worry about with these cheap cases is how well it's constructed, right? I don't know. So on the cheap cases, it'll lack in materials, the construction, the detail of the components, the materials. I don't think those will pop out. Seems like they're in there, so that's obviously good. Does give you decent camera protection there. I would like to see, I prefer the individual cutouts there for the flash and the thermometer. As you can tell, that's one big cutout, but it's no big deal. Right, right. It'll still protect it. Excuse me, I had to clear my throat. And you got a decent sized cutout for the USB Type-C plug right there at the bottom, as well as your speakers. This side is plain Jane. Is that labeling in there? What does that say? What the hell does that say? Guess it's a labeled a number? I don't know. It's 126. I guess that's from the 129. I guess that's from the manufacturer right there where this finger is. Anyways. And then you have a decent size cutout for the microphone. Now, and it also has a small cutout for the earpiece speaker. Does look like it does give adequate protection. Does it little extra bumps on all four corners? It looks like, yeah. Little extra material on all four corners just to give it some extra drop protection. Now, oh, and I believe this is a, what did it say, TPU? What is it made out of? Let's see, does it say? Yeah, material TPU right there. Which is a kind of a plastic mold. Now, one thing too we do with these case reviews is to make sure that the cases do not lift up your screen protector. Now, this one does give you a decent amount of room between the end of the screen protector and the border of your phone where the silver part is. Gives you just enough to put these cases on and without it lifting up on the screen. Goes on nice and easy. Let me try it from the other side. Let's see. If we put this in first. Whoops. Yep, goes on nice and easy. Actually looks really nice. Minus the smudges for the fingerprints, but I was just doing some out in the garage, so I'm sure my fingers are not completely clean. But if you, I mean, look, it's going to show smudges, right? There's not much you can do. But if you keep a towel handy or you keep clean hands, you shouldn't have an issue. It actually looks pretty good. It's not too bulky. And it's not, it actually feels really good in the hand. Now, it does feel like a typical TPU case, but look, for just under for $3.96, it's hard to beat. I mean, that's delivery, shipping, case, that's everything. So basically for $4, this is hard to beat. And you do get space between the screen protector and the case. Again, you're cut out for the speaker up top. Let's look at the camera protection. See, it's got the dot matrix inside. Now, let me turn this flashlight off because when there's no light, like, look, I don't notice these little dot matrix. I don't notice those dots with the naked eye. It's only when I'm shooting this video, I think, because I have my flash on. So let me turn the flash off. Yeah. See, so under normal conditions, you don't see those dots. It was just because I had the flash on my phone, on my Galaxy recording. So under normal conditions, you don't see that because I know that would annoy a lot of people, right? If you continually saw a million dots on the back of there, you'd be like, what the hell? But that's because the flash is on. So under normal conditions, you're not even going to notice them. And look at that. It gives you a ton of protection for the camera back there. I mean, it's real recessed inside there. A ton of lift. So you're not going to have to worry about scratching the sensors on the back there. As you can tell, it is lifted quite a bit. Now, you are seeing those dot matrices because I do have a ring light shining on this area. But let's look at lip protection. As you can tell, it's lifted up and over the screen protector, so you will not scratch the screen, or if you have a screen protector on there, it should not touch. Now, it looks pretty close, but as I'm going all the way around, the edges of the case actually sit higher than the screen protector. And if you don't have a screen protector on your device, it'll definitely sit higher than your display. So when you lay this face down, not going to have to worry about scratching the display. Man, that does look really nice. For $4, that's hard to beat. Oops. We'll test the clicky. As you can tell, plenty of room. Let's try. Yep, works just fine. Plenty of room. We'll test the wireless. Hang on, let me plug it in. I got the wireless charging right here. Right here. Let's test the wireless charging. Should have no issues. Yep. Well, it shows phone number, but look, it showed charging up there, right? Charging wirelessly. So that works. See right there? So that's a go. And let's see if there's any clicky sound. Volume up and down, clicky. Let's try the power. Yep. Decent amount of clicky sound. The mic is lined up. Again, another thing with these cheap cases you have to worry about is stuff, you know, sometimes you'll get cheap stuff where it doesn't line up perfectly or something's just off-centered a little bit. Everything on this case appears to be perfect. I mean, minus the fingerprints, I really don't have many complaints, right? Like, it does what it's supposed to, right? It looks good on basically any Pixel you have, right? Whether it's the blue, the black, the white one. You can get this in different colors too. The case seems to give you a decent amount of protection. It's less than $4. That's shipping included. It looks like it gives you decent drop protection. Look, is this suitable for indoor use? Yes. Is this suitable for office use? Yes. Is this suitable for the gym? Yes, I would say so. Outdoor on concrete, like going to SeaWorld, Fiesta, Texas, going for a walk in the park with gravel. I don't know. Maybe. I guess it really depends. That's your call, your judgment. I personally would not take this case if I knew I was going on a walk that had gravel, or if I was going to SeaWorld or Fiesta, Texas, anything outdoors. Like say you go to a Spurs game or a basketball game that has smooth concrete flooring. Man, you could probably get away with it, but no guarantees, right? But I'm selecting a more protective case. Probably one like, where is it? I'm probably going to choose, when I leave the home, I put this one on there, right? It's more protective, gives you a ton of protection, ton of drop protection. So I'm using this when I leave the house. But this should be fine, right? If you're going to the office to work from 9 to 5, yes, this should be good. If you're going to the gym to go get a workout in, yeah, this should be good. It's just certain activities I would not feel comfortable using this, but for normal everyday usage, should be fine. And again, for less than $4, it's a no-brainer. So go pick you up one of these. Delivery. I got asked about delivery. So AliExpress, they've gotten a lot better. To be honest with you, now they have to compete against TPU, against DHgate. TPU gets stuff pretty quick within a few days. Not Amazon fast, but within a few days. AliExpress in the past were notorious for having, we've been using AliExpress for years. And I would say about a year ago, they really improved their shipping time. And I think that's because of TPU. But in the past, previous to the last year. So in the past 2, 3, 4, 5 years, it would take 3 weeks. But now they take about a little over a week. I would say maybe on average 8 to 9 days, and they'll get you your product, right? So if you can afford to wait a few extra days, it's definitely worth it because you save big time on the price, right? Amazon gets you typically stuff the next day, 2 at most, typically next day, right? But they're more expensive. So this case on Amazon, or a similar case to this on Amazon, I don't know, 14, 15, 16, 17 bucks. Some as high as 20, right? But you can get a similar case for a quarter of the price. And you just got to wait a couple extra days or a few extra days. So no big deal to me personally, but everybody's different. But if this interests you, I will put a link in the description. We're not affiliated with any company, with this case company or with AliExpress, anybody. We simply just review products and give you our honest opinion. So very nice looking case, very cheap. And these don't stick out too much. That's one thing I was worried about because look, this is relatively flat, flush. And this side, these do kind of protrude a little bit now that I look at it. Look, flat and then big old button. However, if you're like me and you struggle, you have an earpod or an earbud in, you're listening to music, and somebody asks you a question, you reach in your pocket, try to turn the volume down. There's been times where I'm like, oh shit, which direction is my phone? Because sometimes I'll place my phone in my pocket like this, where I can immediately know where the buttons are. Sometimes it's like this, where I'm like, oh crap. Sometimes it's like, you know what I'm saying? Different angles. So at least with this, one of the good things is they're easy to find, right? But it's really not that much of a hindrance or a issue, in my opinion. It's just all personal preference. But the main negative about this, it appears to be the fingerprints. But again, for less than $4, it's a no-brainer, in my opinion. Just keep this extra case, throw it in the closet, cabinet, and just keep it as a backup, right? A backup case or whatever. It's certainly a nice looking case, especially if you get the clear or the blue one. I think is the one to get. So I don't know why we didn't order the blue one. I'll probably order it right now so we can have that review that as well. But the blue one's probably the one to get, especially if you have the blue Pixel, and that wouldn't show fingerprints as much, right? The clear and the gray or smoky clear, or I guess the clear and the semi-clear one, which is this, technically it's called gray, is going to show more fingerprints. The blue will maybe show slight fingerprints, but not as bad as this or the clear one. So put a link in the description. Go get you one. This is eSIM Studios. I appreciate the time. Have a good day. Oh, we're still testing the beta out. This is running beta, and so far so good. I'm going to have an update on this beta software tomorrow. Let you know if I had any bugs, any issues, battery life, all sorts of stuff, features. So stay tuned for that, and I'll give you an update on this beta software tomorrow. Peace out.